Good morning, students. Welcome to our English class. Yesterday we had started the new lesson, unit number 3, The Little Girl, which is written by Catherine Mansfield. And we are continuing that lesson now. We are on page 34. We are on page 34, paragraph number 5. So, students, be with me. We are at the page 34, paragraph number 5. Let's begin. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Laboriously, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Now, students, I suppose you remember the connection. What is that? The 3 sides of what? And what had happened? Okay, we saw yesterday that her grandmother had told Kezia that father's birthday was next week. We just saw it before we could begin the 5th paragraph. Yesterday we saw it. And so she wanted to give a surprise gift to her father. And what was that gift that she had decided to give? Grandmother had suggested that she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of beautiful piece of yellow silk. So students, now she has already started her work. She wanted to give a surprise to her daddy. But what to fill it with? That cushion she has already stitched. Now she has already stitched 3 sides, but what she has to fill now inside? So she was thinking about who is she? That's Kezia, the little girl. That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden. And she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Now, where was the grandmother? Grandmother was out there in the garden. And who wandered? Kezia went. She was roaming around and then finally she went into mother's bedroom. Underline that, mother's bedroom. Okay? And then to look for scraps. What is the meaning of scraps? Small pieces of cloth over here. Small pieces of cloth or paper, etc. that are not needed. If you go to the tailor and after stitching your dress, if you see lot of scrap, that some pieces of the cloth will be fallen down. Now scraps could be in a different way. Okay, here it is said about the papers. The scrap could be at home. Sometimes we just things which we do not want to use and we give it to, we try to sell it, we try to get rid of it. So now, here she is thinking of putting some pieces of cloth as well as papers. Now, on the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces. She tore them into tiny pieces. Tiny pieces, what is the meaning of tiny? She tore them into small pieces. She made the small pieces. She made the pieces of what? Of the paper. And where were the papers? They were on the bed table. Who had discovered? Kezia. And where was this bed table? The bed table was in mother's bedroom. Now, she gathered them, she tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case. Then sewed up the 4th side. Now, student, what did she do? She gathered them together. She tore them into tiny pieces. She stuffed them. She put them in the case. Which case? The one which she was making. She has already stitched the 3 sides and she was looking for something that she wanted to put inside. And so here she puts those scrap. That is the pieces of cloth and the paper. And then sewed up the 4 sides. Now, what she did? She sewed up. She sewed up is that sewing. She stitched that all. Now, come to the next paragraph. That night, there was a hue and cry in the house. There was a hue and cry. What is the meaning of hue and cry? Over here it's given to you. There was an angry protest, a lot of noise, shouting. And then what was happening? Father's great speech. I want you to make a bracket to this sentence. Father's great speech for port authority had been lost. Great speech for the port authority had been lost. Where was it now? Rooms were searched. Servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Who is saying that? Kezia, I suppose you haven't seen, you didn't see some papers on a table in a room. Have you seen? Mother is asking Kezia. Mother is thinking, why will Kezia go and take those papers? But still, mother thought of asking her. Now, before asking Kezia, what have they done? They have questioned the servants. They have searched the rooms. Why? Because father's speech for the port authority had been lost. Now, what does Kezia say? Students, make a bracket to this Kezia, I suppose, till the room. This sentence could be asked for the punctuation. In the exam, you have 2 marks punctuation. So, you see that the double inverted comma, then comma, question mark. Okay? Where it is written in the capital, you have to pay attention to this while reading. Then, oh yes, she said, I tore them up for my surprise. Now, the second sentence also, there are double inverted comma and all. So, who says, oh yes, she said. Kezia says, yes, I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Now, what mother is saying? What? Mother is shocked. Mother is surprised. Screamed mother. She was shocked. So she is shouting at mother. What? Come straight down to the dining room this instant, this moment. You come down. At once you come down with me. Down why? Because father was there. Now, see the paragraph number 6. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro. She was dragged down. She was pulled by whom? Pulled by the mother to where father was pacing to and fro. Father was walking front and back. He was going front and back. Why was father pacing to and fro? Because he was also worried about his speech. Hands behind his back. And how was the father's gesture? His hands were tied behind back. Tied in a sense, he had folded behind and he was walking. You know, sometimes we also walk in this way. Sometimes when we are thinking about something. And then what happens? Well, he said sharply. Who says that? Who is he? Father says sharply, very strongly. Well, mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. He stopped. After mother's explanation, father stopped and he looked right straight away at the child. Did you do that? Father is asking the question. No. She whispered. No, she whispered. She said it softly. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. The stupid thing what she has made, whatever she has done, you just bring it down. See that the child is put to bed this instant, and see that make sure the child is put to bed to sleep right now at this instant. Okay? Now, let's turn to the next page, paragraph number 7. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Now, crying too much. Why? Who was crying, student? The little girl. Who is this little girl? Kezia. She was crying too much. She tried to explain her dad, but she could not. And as she was put to the bed to sleep in the shadowed room, there was a bit darkness. This evening light made a sad little pattern on the floor. And she did not like that shadowed room. Why? Because it made her all the more sad. Why was she sad, students? She was sad because she had told her daddy's important papers. Okay? Daddy's important speech was torn by whom? It was torn by the little girl. And so therefore now she was feeling bad. But let's see then what happens. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. See, father came in the room. What was in his hand? There was a ruler in his hands. Why do you think the ruler? Sometimes the father carries a cane. Why? To give you to make you learn the lesson that you should not be doing this without your parents' permission. This mistake should not be repeated. And so, I am going to beat you for this, he said. What was this? For tearing the paper. Oh, no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. What did she did? She screamed. Who is she? Kezia. She shouted, oh, no, no, under the bedclothes, under the bed sheets, okay? He pulled them aside. He pulled them aside, tried to remove them. Sit up, he ordered, and hold your hands. Sit up right now. You sit up and hold your hands. Meaning hold your hands, bring your hands in front. Why? Because he wanted to give her one beating. And so, what does he say? You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. So what does the father say? You should be taught once and for all. For what? What should be taught? That you should not be touching what does not belong to you. Students, this is very important. The thing that does not belong to you, you should not touch. And therefore, students, if you remember when you are traveling and all, it is written even in the train and all, the instructions have been given to you. Do not touch that does not belong to you. It can be dangerous goods also while traveling, or you are on the street. And so when you suspect something like that, you are supposed to be informing the police. But that is outside. What about inside in the house? Even in the house also, when you are touching, you are opening mommy's cupboard, or you are going to take something from dad's table, you should be informing them, because you do not know how important the paper could be. And so, what is the meaning of once and for all? Once and for all, underline that is a phrase. Means, if I am teaching you now, you should be learning it for all of your life. I won't be teaching you, I won't be telling you this again. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Now, hand was held in front of dad, and so down came the ruler. So now, what was the student? Since the hand was held in front, down came the ruler. Ruler came little down. And what did she say? She said that it was for the birthday of daddy. And so she says, but it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. Child clung to her soft body. You know that you stick a soft body of whom? Soft body of the grandmother. And clung. When she was touching, leaning upon the mother, clinging, touching, holding grasp of mother. Who is the grandmother? Here the grandmother is mentioned. And then the soft body of the grandmother. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. What did God make fathers for? Why did God create these fathers for? What is the use of the daddies? She sobbed. She cried a lot. What is the meaning of sobbed? She was crying a lot. Here is a clean hanky darling. Here's a clean hanky darling. Who says that? Grandmother says, here is a clean hanky darling. You wipe your tears, blow your nose, go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. By the time you get up in the morning, you will forget everything what you have done this. Now you go to sleep. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. Who says that? I tried to explain, but he was too upset, he was too sad to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. What happened, students? She had not forgotten. Though grandmother said that by the time you get up in the morning you will forget. But next day when she saw Daddy, she had not forgotten what had happened last night. And what happened, students? And a red color flew into her cheeks. She was about to cry. She was also feeling bad. She was also afraid. And so a red color flew into her cheeks. Students, we will stop here. Okay? I am also going to send you the question answers. You have to do the question answers. Here's the board work. These are the questions of the little girl. Okay, I have written all together 7 questions. For this side, that is, what was grandmother's suggestion? What had she suggested? Before I began the 5th paragraph, when I was reading the 5th paragraph, I explained you. The answer is in the 4th paragraph. Why did Kezia go into mother's room? What did the girl do with the papers? Who is the author of the story? The answer is already on the board. The 5th question. What did father order mother to do? Mother is his mother. What is meant by hue and cry? The meaning is already given in the textbook. What is the reason for hue and cry in the house? I have already explained this all to you, students. You are supposed to be doing your homework. Have a good day.